Don't worry, I haven't forgotten about you guys. I'm just wrapping up something I was working on before. And we are live. In case you're curious what I'm doing, well, long story short, it was my birthday yesterday, if you didn't know. And the thing is, okay. Is my family has this thing where, like, if a birthday is in the the week will like celebrate it on the weekend, and well, I want to be able to like I have this activity I want to do with my parents, possibly my brother, I'm not sure, where we like paint some 3D prints. And like originally I had planned on like doing the whole thing, doing like the prints while I was streaming, but the thing is like I found out is I updated graded the software that I'm using, so well it logged me out, and as a result I wasted like an hour or so trying to figure out what it was that I had wrong. So I'm redoing both the print that I want to do with that I want to print to paint with my parents, since like honestly, as long as I don't like take too long, I'll probably be able to like stream until like 8:39 and be able to get at least half the ones I need done. Actually, you know what? I might as well show you guys what I'm doing. I'll show you guys what's on stream in a second. What I'm doing in a sec. It's just I need to get like the files imported and repaired since well, this isn't like my old computer since you guys won't learn my last name. It is still saved with my first name if I was to like show the file path, and I'd rather not like give a certain and blue-haired Hellcat the means to dox me. So what am I printing out, you might ask? If you play Ooh, I just found some 3D prints I wanted to look at off stream. Well, anyways, this is Curly Brace from Cave Story. Now, I know the top might seem a bit risque, but, well, honestly, this is actually the safest of the three options. Look, this was the only one I could find before you judge me, okay? Like, I didn't want something that was like a chibi, and I couldn't find one anyways. You know, funny story, like, when I was like, in middle school, I actually considered, like, trying to make, like, a Cave Story mod for, like, Half-Life, or at least Gary's mod, and I'd drawn out all the weapons. I never really got past that phase since, well, I only, like, I drew the stuff. Now, I will admit that I do not have very good drawing skills, but at the very least, unlike Chris Chan, I did at least use a ruler. Also, I'm pretty sure that, like, it's not, like, there are games with legitimately good art that have badly drawn concept art, since it's just concepts. Like, you don't need to draw, like, a masterpiece. I would show it, except, well, it's pretty much guaranteed that I threw it away a long time ago. You know, unironically, if I was to actually get successful, you know what I would actually seriously consider doing? You know that challenge PewDiePie did where he, like, drew for a couple hundred days? Let me look it up. Yeah, I drew for every day for 100 days. He's like, honestly, that is actually something I'd say. Huh. I actually am seeing, like, it's actually not nearly as negative of a reaction as I thought. Like, I am seeing some videos actually defending the guy. Like, honestly, in terms of artistic value, I don't think that, like, he. Honestly, like, in terms of, like, his actual drawings, I don't think anyone had a problem. It's more just, like, the fact that he was rich, so he had the time. Like, I would say that that's a fair thing to be upset about, but you should be upset about at the system, not him himself. Like, honestly, I will admit, I never really he got into the whole Nazi. I never really believed he was like a Nazi. Like, don't get me wrong, I didn't like the time he was appealing to like the alt right, but at the same time, I'm like, I wouldn't outright say he was a Nazi, and I would say like he's not the same person nowadays that he was back then. Yeah, that is fair. Like, honestly, if I wasn't going to draw, I'd probably choose to like work on my singing voice. I think I have an idea for an April Fool's joke. Oh, really? Would not have guessed that. I actually did play in like a cover band and as like part of this camp. Anyways, this is a 3D model of Curly Brace from Cave Story. Like, it's literally the only one I could find. There's another stream idea I could do. Like, I don't know if I would be doxing myself by showing the footage. Huh. All right, just let me copy the files to the USB drive, then I'll start at Stardew Valley. watermelon and kiwi. Coconuts, or rather cola nuts, rare gem berries, try to check the TV. Oh well, I can do that right now. Yep, we're going into the mines. Or rather, we're going to the desert, and since we have the mine parts, we can actually skip the bus entirely. I did, I just haven't had a chance to, like, watch the video. I'm not, like, actively avoiding it, like, I'll sit down and watch it after the stream, don't worry. So, you might have seen how, like, iDubbbz is choosing to go after Critical for some bizarre reason. Which... The only thing... Look, here's the thing, like, one of the reasons why iDubbbz is going after Critical is, well, the fact that Critical has quite a bit of Asmongold's fan base in his audience, but the thing is... Both of them are big streamers, like... I'd be willing to bet Queso and Kai Cenat probably have a decent amount of Asmongold's audience. Or rather, have at least some crossover, yet you don't see iDubbbz going after them, like... Also, Critical's pretty vocally anti-MAGA. Like, he's not going... into, like, indoctrinate people into the right wing any more than a normal streamer. Like... Plus, it's better that he, like... if he actually manages to, like, stop some people from, like, going down the right way, or, like, get them to change course, I say that's a positive. I mean, if iDubbbz really wants to go after someone, why doesn't he go after Shadman? You know, redeem himself for the fact that he, like, shared Shadman's art. And before you ask, I never liked iDubbbz. Like, I actually didn't watch his content and back when he was doing, like, Content Cop. It's actually not uncommon for, like, certain YouTubers to, like, not catch my attention. Like, I actually did not know who EDP445 was until, like, his actual downfall happened. I know that might sound hard to believe, but it's the truth. Like, okay, well, if that is true, like, I'd still... Look, here's the thing, Shadman's influence is, like, still pretty... Shadman still does have, like, a surprising amount of connections to people in the community, like, at the very least, I'm not saying iDubbbz has to do a content cop on Shadman, but, like, I do think he should address the fact that he, like, shared Shadman stuff, like... At least say, okay, look, I shared it without knowing who the artist was. If I knew who he was, if I had a chance to do it over, I would not have reposted it. It just feels odd that he's trying to, like, act as if he's, like, turned a new leaf when I'd say that, like, that's something that Critical hasn't even done anything remotely close to, whereas, like, I'm reminded of a saying something my mom would say, when you're perfect, you can criticize other people. iDubbbz is not perfect. I mean, if you're gonna go after people because of Asmongold, why not just cut out the middleman and go after Asmongold himself? This is actually like one of the first things iDubbbz has done where that actually did really annoy me. I will admit I might have felt differently if I'd like watched Content Cop when it was a thing, but like I don't think iDubbbz is going to be outed as having something foul in his all that we don't know about. I'm pretty sure we would have heard about it by now if he did, but quite frankly, he should just, like, step away from the internet for, like, a few months, reflect. Maybe, like, go camping in, like, the wilderness or something. Like, I have no desire on doing a video on iDubbbz, like, unless he decide, like, here's the thing, there is one thing that will make me decide to, like, make a video on someone, and that would be if they attack me first, but I don't think iDubbbz would even know who I am. Like, I will do probably take cheap shots at him whenever I feel that they're appropriate, but you have my word that you won't see me do a video on iDubbbz. Yeah, that is true. Like I'm not like delusional enough to think that like everyone knows who I am. Like, honestly, that's kind of a good thing considering I'm a spy. What floor was it Iridium starts to show up on? Speak of the devil. Oh, god damn it. I hate these things. It's always so hard to decide what to toss. Like, as a general rule of thumb, I do consider, like, I do like to avoid doing bandwagons unless, like, I have a really good angle. There is one person I do want to make a video on eventually who, like, you can probably won't be surprised by what I say, simply because, like, he strikes me as an easy target. The quartering. And yes, I am aware of his how he recently got community noted. Like, honestly, I think that if it hadn't been for, well, what happened to Charlie Kirk, he probably would actually be in bankruptcy court right now. That would be a somewhat better world, to be honest. Speaking of people who've really fallen from grace, admittedly not exact, the quartering is the best person to segue into this from. What is up with Adam Sessler? Like, if you don't know, the YouTuber Magic Mush put out a pretty good video on G4. Like, if you haven't seen it already, go watch it. Like, it is a little bit on the edgy side, but it does feel like he's coming, but it does come from the place of someone who was a fan. And well, the thing is, it caused Sessler to have a meltdown on Blue Sky, like... It's really damn funny. Literally all of his tweets are just marked as rude, and you have to, like, show them, like... The problem with Sessler is that, well, he refuses to, like, own up to the fact that he made, like, a bunch of really questionable jokes. The thing is, even if he just, like, threw the writers under the bus, if he actually just straight up owned up to it, I'd be willing to bet that most people would actually, like let him live it down. I mean, there is one thing he'd probably wouldn't be able to live down. Namely, his voice sounds a lot like Darkside Phil's. Or would it be Darkside Phil's voice sounds a lot like his? Since Sessler came first. I mean, now that I think about it, if Sessler did want to win back the crowd a little, he could do like do streams where like he imitated DSP's voice and he said whatever people like super chatted him to. That would be funny. I still find it hilarious that Drill quote tweeting Adam Sessler was what caused him to initially delete his Twitter. Was what caused him to delete his Twitter account. Like, I would probably have done the same thing if I was in Sessler's footsteps, but the fact that Sessler got to that point alone is honestly enough to. If I was in his shoes, I would actually seriously start re-examining my life. Could have sworn I had... Oh, that's where it is. I'll be right back. Just gonna put my knife in the sink. Joining us tonight. Like an electric carbonator or something. I mainly say this because unfortunately the carbonation stations are gonna be carbonators. I don't know why I call them carbonation stations, but these things are going to be a drain on my coal supply. Realized that this would be the perfect spot for like a few big sheds to to make lime. So let's do that. Yes. I forgot that Robin goes... Oh. Huh. Did not know there was a cutscene. If it wasn't for the... Oh, wait, that's right. I'm pretty sure that's where, like, the spouse puts or, like, milk or something, or whatever it's called. If it wasn't for that, I would actually put one of them there. I'll finish my rice while I wait for the ore to finish. I'm out and about, I might as well go. Go get these geodes opened. set these aside for tools, or do I want to use them on the boat? I would like an iridium hoe and an iridium watering can before I go to Ginger Island. Ideally, I ate everything as iridium. Ooh. I would not be surprised if after I process that iridium, I have enough of iron. I have enough iridium ingots. I do not. I wish you could buy multiple buildings from Robin at the same time. Like, I get that she can only work on one thing, but, like, why can't I say, hey, once you're done building this, like, shed, could you build me, like, a fishing pond? Or something like that? Think about it, I probably do have enough. I do have iridium ore in the house. Do I have enough in? I do actually. If I'd known, I would have gone down to the mine again. Oh well. Just had to take this lanyard I wear as a badge I use for my job off. Feels like it's good to actually have that taken care of. Copper ore is what I need the most. Which is what I'll get tomorrow in game. If it wasn't for the fact that it's pretty late, and I probably wouldn't get that many, and it wouldn't be enough to, and it's too late to like justify actually like planting them. Oh, that's right, the traveling merchant. I almost forgot about her. It would be one hell of a wild card if Concerned Ape added the Traveling Merchant as a merit candidate, but I doubt he would. Where did I get those 10 sprinklers from? Oh, yeah, probably one of those mystery boxes. completely forget. I keep on forgetting about the fruit trees. If they were closer up here, I probably would actually remember them. Sweet gem berries are unfortunately something I can't access until, like, I get that crop harvested, but I can get the mountain mist blooms. Alright, so one thing I do know I want to do in regards to, like, future streams is... I think I'm going to start alternating between Twitch and YouTube. Since I do know that that I do have YouTube-only watchers who don't watch me on Twitch. At least in regards to my streams. I'll do this up until, like, I feel I have a sizable base of both, and also, well, I can figure out a way to get it chat for both sites on the screen at the same time without having to use, like, some thing, without having to, like, display a separate window in OBS or whatever. Would sure be nice if we could warp between... Like, the regular world and the spirit world through those crystals certainly make finding the cursed flames easier, since I could just, like, go to its... I know that there are 3 falls, not sure which one that is. Maybe it's the Fall of Love? Like, the one thing I'm still on the fence in regards to that new plan is which site I want to do for which day. I still want to keep up with my... my, like, alternating game schedule, but, like... Do I want Twitch to be the Sunday-Tuesday site and YouTube to be the Monday-Wednesday site, or vice versa? And what do I do for Fridays? I guess I could do, like, a randomized one. To answer the question I know you're probably having, well, we actually need to collect the mountain mist blooms, so we can't just use like ones we had left over from like when we were doing the preparation quest. Unfortunately. Ooh. Don't mind if I do. And I just realized that I missed out on seeing Robin and to get that shed made. Oh well. Go to bed early. In game, obviously, not like real life. Now that I think about it, my plan for using a big shed, it would probably be best if I waited until after I get the big shed before, or I like move all my kegs in there. So it's actually okay that like I didn't get a chance. Oh hey, good news is this means Robin will be indoors. Video I saw, which was talking about Gordon Ramsay's favorites, the best steak Gordon Ramsay had ever tried, and apparently it was coated. It it used coffee for the recipe, which I'm actually kind of curious what that would taste like. Yeah, we're definitely, like, not going to the mine. Or rather, the desert. Like, I guess we could go, like, to the mines for, like, to solve our copper deficit. Check it out, Krobus. Why not? You can actually make flour out of acorns. I actually kind of want to try it one day. Right call to go down here today. Those flyers are annoying. Fortunately, if you have a powerful enough weapon, they're trivial to deal with. Decided to take a 3-day weekend off this week. Mainly gonna be preparing for stuff for my new job, but also just like want a break. We'll also work on more scripts. Take care of some other stuff. Gonna try and make it a bit of a productive weekend, but also like a relaxed one. Do I want to try for like another one or? Let's go to floor 35. I will probably play this off stream to get those Iridium Bars, so don't be surprised if like it's the fall when we next time I stream this game. It's a good thing I chose to keep on going down, because I would have missed this. As promised, this is going to be the last floor, regardless of how much copper I find on it. After this, I'll go back to my farm. I think I have like a spare copper ingot or two lying around. Yep. Just because I want to see how much I can get from absinthe. at least. Actually, wait a second. The absinthe is good, but sake is better. Sake is also pretty good. I might as well do it if only so I can say I have, so... Probably like... Absinthe sells for a higher price than sake or whiskey, but well, fiddlehead ferns are kind of like decent amount. Absinthe is easily the best thing I can afford. I can craft, but I could like just brew rather, but since I don't have a single way of like ensuring I always have supplies, as usual. The answer is ancient fruit wine. I need 58 more bars of both copper and iron. 62 more. $260. Oh. I need 31 more iron bars and 52 more copper bars. I will be getting a good payday from the whiskey, so let's see just how much it would cost. First, let's go visit the traveling merchant. Well, I didn't get the number of iridium bars I wanted. I can do one other thing to wrap the stream up. I'm not doing anything until I have this debuff removed. I was thinking we'd watch it in my server on Friday. A tiny part of me wants to wait. Actually, wait a second. Let me check. I could have sworn he had like episode 1. He had like an episode 1 in the title, but any second now. The sooner this lives, the sooner I can use that life elixir, and the sooner I can extinguish the flame. So I'm getting the spirit essence out of this. Ah, you can eat them. Never mind. Hey. That seems like a good way to end the stream. Checking in on... I'll make an event for when we'll watch it, okay? I'm honestly... only thing I'm not sure about is the what time, like... Mr. Quee, I take it. Fair enough. Nice if we could have actually fought Gabrielle, or at least seen what she looks like. You know, like a boss battle. There is actually a game like Stardew Valley that does that called Sunhaven. Pretty good, but unfortunately they kind of screw over the workers, or over some of the people who worked in it, so until they get that resolved, you're never going to see me stream that game. Sneezes are a bit painful when they happen, but I'd be lying if I said they don't feel good. If I said I don't, if I would say that they don't feel good when they come out. Look at how big. that's right. That's what the shed looks like. I will lay down more kegs once this gets expanded. I'm just putting these ones here. What I want to plant on the Summit Farm. I want to have both, have two big sheds and a big Pokemon barn by the end of the season, and ooh, now there's an idea. Let's go, get some Pokemon for the Pokemon barn and coop. Oh yeah, that's the thing. Oh, that's right. There's 2 other things I need. In case you're curious, the auto grabber is going to make it so that, with the exception of truffles, which pigs dig up, or rather whatever the truffle equivalent is, I'm here, I might as well talk to the one NPC I haven't befriended yet. Oh yeah, that's right. Hey, there's like a shop in here. Honestly, it's always kind of neat whenever like there's like a little. I always find like the cafes at hotels kind of neat. When it's like an actual restaurant as opposed to just like one of those self-service breakfasts. What? I'm sure I did. Like I had this group of friends that I was a part of it as a kid, and like one thing we did one time was like just went to a hotel and stayed there. It was really fun. Honestly, I'd love to do that with like some vtubers. Not necessarily like a content house per se, but like find a game we can do co-op and like bunk up at like a hotel or something. It would have to be sometime outside of a con. And we all need like laptops. But it could be interesting, especially. And like, it would need to be ones that like everyone would need to be screened beforehand in order to like ensure we don't accidentally invite like a sex pest or something. But could be good content, or hell, like. I want to do, like, in the upcoming year, if I, like, really catch off, is start hitting the con scene as a VTuber. Like, there's gotta be, like, a West Coast VTubing convention aside from TwitchCon or OffCai. Imagine if I wound up doing a TED Talk. That would be something. Yeah. Golden goose egg. Ooh, geese are in this game. Are in Stardew Valley Expanded. bears are also in this game? I'm gonna have to check out. I'm going to have to build a lot of animals. So I'm thinking like the Phoenix coop, which is another mod. Will be going, and Pokemon will go on the main farm, whereas I'll build my regular barns and coops on the Summit Farm. I'm still not sure what I'll do for Ginger Islands Farm. Yes, there's a total of 3 farms. We will not be short of crop space. I will create an event for when we watch Nicandros' video in my server, so anything I have on me that the wizard would like? You know what? Let's actually end the stream by going to Ginger Island. is actually my first time reaching the island in the PC version of the game. Golden walnuts. These are the currency of the island. Well, I mean, you still use gold, but, like, for right now, this is how we'll unlock. Fortunately for me, the walnuts do not count towards our inventory size. Fortunately for me, though, there was nothing that way. bigger watering can and a dedicated an empty inventory and a dedicated supply of healing items. But I have a 3D printer too that I need to make, so as soon as I get to my bed, I'm going to call it a stream. Okay, I'll also empty my inventory, but like this is... But once... actually end the stream as soon as I check on the stuff. Perfect. Alright, I'm actually calling it a stream. Thanks for tuning in. Not sure what we'll do for... If you want to join me to watch for my watch party of Nicandrus' video on Nuxtaku, join the Discord, which I'll add to my card, to my link tree after stream. But anyways, thanks for tuning in. I'm Andres Rebel, and I'll see you on my next assignment. Later.